Hello, and welcome to another episode of Connecting the Dollars. Today, we are going to discuss your fall financial planning checklist. We've got 4 items we're going to discuss with you, including tax planning, retirement planning, budgeting, and also just kind of what we can expect with the rest of the year and the season.
Yeah, all the fun stuff, right?
So, what's going on with the Fed rate cut right before we get into this?
Yeah. So it's fall, the season's changing, and also the Fed season is changing. We're entering an era of rate cuts. We just had one in mid-September. The Fed's meeting again in early November, where they may or may not cut again. We don't know at this point. But we went into a lot about the Fed and how that will impact personal finance and savings in our last episode. So definitely check that episode out.
Yeah. All right. So the
And
first,
then
oh
Emily,
yes.
tax planning, everybody's favorite topic. You make it so fun.
Do I? I get a little too excited about it.
Yes.
Okay. But yes, tax planning is super important. This time of year is the perfect time to do it because if you are behind on any withholding, you can identify it and then you still have time to catch up until that payment is due in April. So you don't want any surprises if you have had something change in your life, especially like you got a new job or you're doing some independent contractor work, anything like that. It's incredibly important to do some tax planning. Another thing that we can look at for tax planning is harvesting of losses or gains. So that's just a little bit of a strategy that you can use to um, offset any potential taxable gains with taxable losses. Or maybe you see that you're in a lower tax bracket this year, so you do want to just lock in some of those tax gains. Um, it's complicated, but it's definitely a strategy that you should ask your tax professional about or talk to us about if you find yourself, needing having a huge loss or a huge capital gain every year.
Yeah. And I think, can I just say that I
Yes,
think that
jump in.
strategy applies to more and more people, or I think that it should,
Hmm.
because more people, I think, need to be saving outside of their 401k than there are. And
Yes.
so hopefully you are saving in a brokerage account, which is where you are doing the tax loss harvesting and tax gain harvesting, right?
Yes, absolutely. Another strategy within the tax planning realm is Roth conversion. This kind of bridges into the next topic of retirement planning. But Roth conversions can be very beneficial depending on your age and your goals. Um,
Yeah.
they can be great.
Yeah. We love Roths,
We do.
right? Who doesn't?
I know. You need a t-shirt made or something.
Um, do you want me to get
Yes.
more into that a little bit? Okay,
Sure.
so Roth conversions are great. If you have funds in an IRA, that's when you can convert them into a Roth IRA. If depending on your 401k plan, you might be able to take some traditional 401k contributions and convert those to Roth within your plan. Um, all those can be good things to do depending on your tax bracket, right? Everybody's different. But while you're doing what Emily just said, checking your income from the year, it's a great time to figure out where you fall and if that could be the right strategy for you. I think we're coming up on the September 30th payroll, which is, exactly 3/4 of the year,
Mhm.
assuming you're a W-2 employee getting a paycheck. So that can make the math easier
Yeah.
to calculate, right? Instead of those off month paychecks. Um, so that one, that's a good one to check your 401k contributions. Are you on track for the year for your goals? Do you want to max out your 401k? That's a good thing to check to see if you're on track to do that, if that makes sense for you to do.
Right.
Um, it's also good if you're using a Roth IRA outside of your job to check your income for the year for that. For 2024, if you're filing as a single person, the max income is $146,000. For a married filing jointly, the max income is 230,000. So if you're married, you want to get your spouse's pay stub too. add those together, see where you're going to fall. Because if you over contribute to a Roth, because you make too much money, you can fix that. And it's a
Yeah.
lot easier to fix before the end of the year rather than finding that at tax season and scrambling to get the money out of the Roth before April 15th.
Mhm.
Um, and we always have to note if you're doing married filing separately, the income limit is like $10,000, which makes using a Roth IRA very difficult.
Yeah,
So,
almost impossible.
yeah. And then so that's the fall, right? That's September 30th, October, and then what's around the corner, Emily?
We
But
got the holidays.
yes, yes.
I've been saying
Very
Christmas.
expensive time of year for some of us. Yes.
I've been saying Christmas is around the corner since like June because
Yeah,
it
it
just
feels like it's already.
it flies by. So yeah, it's very important to check in with your budget for the rest of the year. It's very easy to get caught up in the holidays and excited and go crazy. I've definitely done that a few times. So start to think about if there's any extra funds that need to be, well, I don't know. Just start to think about the buckets, like what's coming up, what's on the horizon. I know Amanda was saying there's a lot of bills due for her kids' activities, like summer camp on January 1st, so very in advance. And that falls right in with the holiday season. So maybe just like write a quick list, set a budget for your holiday spending because it is very easy to go over that limit if you're not thinking about it
Yeah,
generally.
for sure, for sure. Um, and then also in the fall, we just wanted to touch on the stock market. Um, we do have a big election coming up in November, the presidential election that we have every 4 years, which people that track this stuff, every 4 years, the stock market gets incredibly volatile right before the election. So September, October, um, it tends to sort of settle down in November. And these are just trends, right? We can't guarantee one thing is going to happen or not.
Right.
And then it tends to calm down after the election. Um, but this is a really great time to not check your investment accounts. It's going to be going up and down. You don't, if you're the kind of person who reacts to that and it makes you freak out, if you just did your budget for your Christmas shopping and you're like, I need all this money, and then you see that your stock market account going way down, that can lead to way too much stress that you
Yeah.
don't need in your life. So just take a step back, realize it's going to go up and down, like let it go.
Right. This is
Don't do
just
anything, don't react to it as much as possible.
right.
Um, yeah.
This is just a moment in time.
Yes, it's just a moment in time. We'll all get through it, right? Hopefully. Um, and then another thing that you want to get on your radar, if you're working for a company, is your open enrollment period. Typically comes up in November for a lot of people.
Mhm.
And that can be a really great time. You want to check your FSA accounts, your health savings account if you're eligible for those, your insurance, all that stuff, your 401k contributions that you just checked on September 30th to see if you're on track. Um, all those things are so important and really contribute to your financial health. Um,
Mhm.
I do want to say also, if you're a small business owner, you might not have this structure in place, this open enrollment period, because you're small, you probably don't have an HR department that is
Yeah.
like, this is when we're doing this stuff. Um, it's good to budget that time in and set it aside for yourself if you have employees, and check your own internal stuff. Do you have a small business retirement plan? Should you add one? Um, all those types of things. Or it's a good time to get it done before the end of the year.
Yeah. It's
I
all
think
gonna go by
simple,
so fast.
yeah, if you want to do a simple IRA, you have to do it by do you have to do it by September 30th? Um,
Hmm.
so you may have missed that date, but you could still do maybe a SEP IRA or solo 401k. There's different options.
Yeah.
So
Or just get it on your radar for next year, maybe when you're in a position to do that.
Yeah, yeah. So
Small things like that. Yeah. And I'm distracted because my cat is snoring. So if you can hear that, that's what that is. Anyone.
you got now,
On,
what's your cat's name, Emily? I
on
know
that
you have
note, that's Elmer. He is
oh, Elmer.
a
Yeah,
very silly guy. Um,
yeah.
but we need some.
I lost my cat over the summer
Oh,
and I still miss her so much, but I just really miss having a cat in my life. So
plans to get a new one
yes, I think that, yes,
on the
definitely.
horizon. I
Yes,
mean, I have
very soon. Maybe our next episode I'll be premiering my new cat.
wonderful. I'm constantly threatening to get another cat, and I already have two. So that concludes the
We're
cat.
cat ladies here, right? Okay.
We love cats. We love Roths.
Yes.
That's it. Bottom line. Okay. All right. Well, I think that concludes our list here. So none of this, none of what we said today should be taken as legal, investment, or tax advice. This is just for education and entertainment purposes only.
Very entertaining.
I hope so.
Yes.
I had a laugh. Um, and yeah, we'll be back soon with some more amazing financial advice for you all. And hopefully, you'll be ready for the holidays this year. It's going to fly by. So find us on YouTube, subscribe, catch up on all our recent episodes on your time off, because I know that's what I'll be doing.
Yeah. And we haven't had a listener question in a while, so
Yeah,
send
get
those
those
in
over
for
to
us.
us. info@connectingthedollars.com. All right. I think we did
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
All
Okay. See
right.
you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.